Welcome back to Wonderful Radio. It's your host, Silly Girl Carmen. Today we are happy to introduce Jovella for episode 47. We are happy to have her on Wonderful Radio as a new DJ making her way into the electronic music world. With a wide range sound and love for techno music, Jovella is spreading her wings and bringing music to the people via different collectives. Before we jump into this interview, I do have to give a shout out to Charivari Detroit Music Festival that is kicking off tomorrow evening at historic Fort Wayne in Detroit, Michigan. If you are in the Metro Detroit area, please visit the website to grab your tickets at charivari-detroit.com. You won't want to miss this, and the music festival is fully back. We will see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this mix. Thank you for tuning in to Wonderful Radio. Hey everyone, it's Silly Girl Carmen. We are back with another episode of Wonderful, and I am sitting here with Jovella. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Carmen?
Good. Thank you for coming on here. We're going to jump right into this interview. So how long have you been a DJ, and how did you get your start?
Yeah, so I have only been, I'm a amateur newbie, baby DJ, whatever you want to call it. I've only been mixing for about a little over 2 years now. And really what got me started into mixing was I went to Lightning in a Bottle festival. I went in 2018 and 2019, but it was in 2019 I saw Marcus Wyatt. I've heard Marcus Wyatt. He played this Jovella set, and it was super percussion-y, Afro-tribal influence, deep house, and I felt music in a way that I hadn't really felt before, and it made me want to start mixing myself. So I went home and I bought a board, and I just started DJing in my room, and I have this wonderful partner named Max who taught me how to DJ pretty much. We had a radio show once a week from like 6 to 8 p.m. at our college radio show, and we'd mix on air. And really through trial and error is how I learned to mix. And now a couple years later, I'm down in San Diego, and kind of things are taking off, and it's been really fun.
Nice. Very cool. That was actually another thing before we keep moving on. I wanted to know where are you originally from, and then where are you currently based?
Yeah, so I'm from Bay Area, actually, California, Bay Area. I'm from Palo Alto specifically. But I went to college at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and I just graduated in June, and now I'm down in San Diego. So I'm in mental health, so I started a career down here and have been working towards DJing down here as well.
Nice. That's awesome to hear. Very cool. All right, let's keep it moving with your interview. How would you describe your sound for anyone who's coming to see you perform for the first time? What are some of your favorite genres or artists to play in your sets?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I think that as horrible as an answer this is, the thing that I like to tell people to expect is to expect the unexpected. I don't really, I have such a wide, and most people do have such a wide variety of music tastes. I don't like to restrict myself to one sound or another, because I like so many different sounds, and I know the audience likes so many different sounds 9 out of 10 times. So sometimes it really depends on the setting, where I'm playing, what time I'm playing. For example, I've been playing with this organization called Church and Music, and they do their Sunday service, and they do DJ sermons throughout the day. So for them, when I've played more deep house, kind of that percussion-y influence that I mentioned that got me into mixing. But I also like to play breakbeat and electro. And then techno is really kind of what makes my heart thud. That's what I've really gotten into, what makes me feel the most me. But yeah, it totally depends on the set and setting. I always like to give teasers. If people ask me before I play, I'll send them one track or another, because sometimes I'll just find one track or another that kind of inspires a whole set. I'm sure like you've been there when you just hear that, like that one boom, boom, boom that you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to run with this. That's kind of what inspires me. But as far as like who inspires me, I would say like Una Doll is a huge influence for me. Honey Dijon, Monica Cruz, those are two big names that stand out to me, and they're all kind of from different genres, you could say. And so, like, you can tell, like, I like a wide variety. I really do. I mean, I started with music with Led Zeppelin, and then I got to Marvin Gaye, and then here we are now playing like techno. So
Yeah.
yeah, it depends, but yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely relatable because I feel the same way. And I think that's what's exciting about the playing as a DJ and then this genre of like electronic music in general. Stuff can go together. It all has like this like danceability and just this upbeat vibe, but you can just kind of go all over the board. So it's fun that way.
And you have a lot of power as a DJ, like power over
Yeah.
the vibe and the crowd. And yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
very cool. So I did see on your Instagram something about Shrimp Collective. Can you tell us more about what the Untitled Shrimp Collective is?
Yeah. So basically, the Untitled Shrimp Collective is this little collective that's pretty much a grassroots movement that just got started within the last year. Pretty much my partner Max and his buddies from high school, they all mix, and they all were mixing together all the time, and they're like, let's throw a name on it. And then they couldn't think of a name, so they went with Untitled Shrimp Collective. Of all things, I wasn't as that involved in the decision making process for that one, but I tagged along for the ride. And basically that's just a group of a few guys and we throw mini parties around San Diego. We're still working out the kinks, figuring out permitting and how to there's a difference between event production and DJing, and everyone starts to figure that out at some time or another, and we're in that process right now. So yeah, that's one crew I affiliate myself with. I've also kind of spread my wings and I'm flying around. I mentioned Church of Music earlier. That's an organization I'm getting involved in. Back in San Luis Obispo, I was a part of Sub Sessions, so that's another crew I was a part of. So I really like the energy of collectives. I think different minds bring different things to the table, and no opinion is more or less valuable than another. So I really just missed event planning and event production. And so when I found these guys that said, hey, we like your sound, come play with us, I was like, let's get shrimpy. So
Yeah, the name is definitely like, what, like kind of funny, but like, what is this, intriguing?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I did see that tag too, and you brought it up a couple times about the church. What is it called, the organization? Or
Music? Yeah. So this really awesome woman, Alina, and a group of her tribe pretty much founded this movement where dance is their religion, music is their prayer. And it's pretty much all about just creating community, and that's something that's really valuable about electronic music and music in general, is the community it can create. So basically, Church of Music is less about the party, more about the people and the vibe and the setting and the wholesome aspects of music that so many collectives and event production organizations, in my opinion, kind of forget about. So they do DJ sermons, and it's all about kind of just getting high off the music and love and spreading those messages. So it's nice to have a balance of kind of that, all right, let's go out on a Friday night, let's go to the club, let's go to a bar, and then, all right, Sunday, let's join together in community, and let's get back to like what brought us here in the first place.
Nice. I definitely like to hear that they specifically turned it into a type of religious, like a church meeting thing with music, because I definitely feel like, especially with house music in particular, it's definitely a spiritual thing for a lot of people, just to be in that, to feel the music, to let your body go into it. So that's cool that somebody specifically brought it together in that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up with one more question. If you had to play back to back with any DJ that you like, who would it be and why?
That's such a good question. Right off the bat, DJ Mel G, I think is so cool. I adore her. I think she pushes the limits when it comes to being a producer in music, a woman in music. She inspires me for sure. I mentioned Monica Cruz earlier as far as techno goes, and Anna, and I know there's so many big names. Maya Jane Cole's another one. So I'm sorry I didn't give you a great answer. I gave you many answers, but
Oh, good, yeah.
I'll be to be with anyone. Throw someone my way, and I will hop on the decks. I like that challenge. I like never knowing what's going to come next. I think that's a really cool part of being a DJ, and yeah, so hit me up for B2Bs, but especially those names.
Yeah. Awesome. We thank you so much for coming on here, doing this interview with us. I'm looking forward to hearing your mix and letting other people enjoy it as well. And we look forward to see what you do next in your career.
Thank you, Carmen. I appreciate the opportunity. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you too. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.